welcome to NRL Team List Tuesday off the bench podcast for a lovely Tuesday, wherever you are. Hopefully it's not raining or too cold. It's been bloody about 28 degrees up where I am today. Absolutely roasting. But
you must have sent some of your rain down to us because it was raining pretty much all day here, and it still is.
They reckon tomorrow. We're going to be copping it. So looks like we're going to be in for a bit of a drenching. I've joined, of course, so this is the SC Beats for those people that don't know. Most know by now. And, of course, I'm joined by Rosco, as we are every Tuesday. How you going, man?
I'm doing okay. Can't believe we're nearly at the end of the season already, Brad. We've only got a couple of weeks to go. I think we'll probably roll through with the TLT till the end of the season just because we have got Supercoach finals. We may do it, we may not. We'll see what happens, see if we can be bothered to do it or not, because I know you've got your hands full with EPL and NFL and everything else that you're playing at the moment too. So we'll see how we go.
Oh, look, the way I started EPL, it's up to shit already, so I can wipe that one. It's only
what you're saying is the start to your EPL season is about as good as Man United start to the season.
Oh, look, it's just, yeah. Yeah, I really needed Man U to actually do something, but of course they did nothing. Which, look, there's nearly 30 rounds in the EPL, though, so it's a long season. It's a brutal Supercoach one to try to undertake. But the NFL, I'm absolutely wrapped for. I can't wait for NFL to start. But before that happens, I've got 9 head-to-head finals I've made. So, man,
You've got it all. That's all happening for you, isn't it?
Well, I have to get some wins happening this weekend. Well, I hope I do. It's all happening there. All right, we'll put that up there. I'm just going to be on the bottom of the screen.
Beautiful.
424-459, the Ted Woods Memorial Cup. It is up and running thanks to lots of really good sponsors, including SC Playbook. Man, really appreciate those guys. We always post the stuff on our web pages, but always on our Facebook groups. Lots of really cool content over there. Do go over and see the boys. And NRL Supercoach rings. All right, you need a first prize winner in your league. Pop over there. They've got some really great prizes that you're able to get pretty cheaply and look very good. Great prizes. So go see the boys there. They'll sort you out, no doubt. Now that's there's over, as I said, 300. There's also somebody's donated a jersey, a signed Kyron Williams college jersey. Very nice for first place. So the code is there. Like I said, well, I guess, do we just get straight into it?
Well, before we get into it, I just want to quickly touch base on our overall league, Brad. So just give everyone a bit of an update on what's happening with that. Despite a not so great week, Joel still holds on to the lead. He's sitting in 21st overall. Not far behind him is Kelvin, coach of Bonnie Blues. He is in 64th overall, and then Graham has moved up in the 3rd place with teams called Duffy's Dashers, and he's sitting in 105th overall. But I'll tell you what, anyone can still win it with 2 weeks left. Tell you what, if you've got trades, which it's an absolute goldmine to have trades right now, Brad, I don't think we're going to see the mass restings that we thought we were going to see just because of how close it is up top. I still think Penrith will rest players next week against the Tigers because we saw last year Ivan doesn't care about the minor premiership. So I wouldn't be surprised, given they've got Tigers next week, they don't rest. But I think most other top teams are probably not going to rest, given that, there's home finals to play for and other stuff as well. So it's going to be interesting. Shout out to Rowan's Rebels. I know they're not in our overall league. They're currently sitting in 1st overall. This team's been run by a couple of kids from the guys from the Ballers. They're currently sitting in 1st by a fair bit, and they've also got 4 trades left, Brad, going into the final 2 rounds. Like that is absolutely insane.
Well, you've got to be over 13 to win it. I actually did try. I actually found that out. It's got to be.
Yeah, you have to be. I think it's even more than 13. I think you might even have to be over certain age. I think it might be 16. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I thought, sorry, not that I begrudge him. Don't get me wrong. I'm not having a go there, by the way.
No, I know.
We've had some very famous people be excluded. What's her name with Playbook? She got excluded 1 year because she had a residency, main residency. Yeah, it was in New Zealand.
Yep.
She came 7th the year that I came 9th, I think, or something like that. So yeah, no, it happens.
And then there was also the infamous year where somebody won it and was running 2 teams and somehow still got paid. So not going to mention any names, but yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a bit of a no-no, isn't it?
You'd think so. But yeah, congratulations to those guys. And also congratulations to those in our off-the-bench seeded league head-to-head grand finals this weekend. A massive shout-out goes to Dave London and his son Kyle, who are battling it out in our off-the-bench draft grand final, Brad. Wow, with father versus son. You can't tell me that there's not going to be some camaraderie there, mate, because I tell you what, they've been hammer and toe with each other overall all year. And they are just so competitive, those two.
No, absolutely. And believe it or not, I'm versus Kyle in another in a classic head-to-head this week. So it's funny, we've actually been chatting about trades and things like that, and yet he's got no trades left.
He hasn't had any for a while now, so he doesn't have to worry about it. And obviously, one last shout out to Kyle, who's representing off the bench in the Podmasters Draft Grand Final this weekend. Bring it home, Kyle, and get up to that first grade, mate. We know you can do it, so good luck.
Good stuff there. Great stuff. All right. So, without further ado, we should really bring up our where are they? We might bring up our first of our team listings, and we might get you to start going through it there, Rosco. Of course, the first game of the round. I'm a bit out of here, so sorry about that.
That's all right.
There you go.
So Thursday night, Broncos at home to the Storm. I don't know what to expect here after what the Broncos put up last week. Storm were okay against Penrith, so interesting to see what Broncos team turns up. Broncos are unchanged in this one for the Storm. Jerome Hughes is back in, named at halfback, and Tyrone Wishart will move to the centres. Jack Howarth is out for the remainder of the season to undergo surgery on his shoulder. And that's pretty much it. So pretty straightforward teams here, Brad, to be honest with you. Is there any interest at all from any of these two teams? I don't think so, right?
Look, if you've got Fa'alogo or don't, and you've got the possibility of, like most people have got their flex and fullback sorted, but if you don't, Fa'alogo, but beyond that, no, I wouldn't be touching a soul in this. Thursday night, you know me.
I do like. I know you think the Thursday night's cursed, but I don't mind the VC on Sewer in this game.
Yeah. Sewer, but yeah, beyond Sewer, that's it. That's as far as it goes there, man. All right, the Manly versus the Dragons.
I'll let you go through this one then.
Look, it's pretty much there is a couple of changes. Koala Bear is out. He's replaced by Josh Felitti in the centres. So really, it's just not a like for like, but Felitti did get over for 3 tries last week. Certainly a crazy pot if anybody was off their absolute rocker. But beyond that, look, no, not really many surprises. Rather weak forwards from Manly. However, I've got to say, Clayton Fiolo playing 5'8", he really straightened the attack, and the forwards, rather than creeping sideways, actually were going forward. The other real big difference in the forwards, of course, is Caleb Navale. God almighty, if you don't jump on him first thing next year as a cheapie, then you'll be mad, because if he's fit as a full season, him and Paseka up front, oh my God, that's if Paseka makes it, because he did he do an ACL or an MCL? Don't know.
I think it was an MCL, but obviously Burbo was a big in for them too, Brad, as well. Yep. I mean, and I didn't see this game, and I know that I listened to a couple of podcasts, and they talked about how much of a different side Manly is with Burbo and Turbo in it. So you reckon Failolo? I didn't. As I said, I missed this game. So Failolo did okay at 5'8". You said.
Absolutely, yeah. I think he's, he surprised me with how engaged to the line he was. He certainly runs it, and he's very much a running 5'8".
Yeah,
which is very almost Brooks-like. So I suppose because Brooks engages the line rather well too.
yeah.
He just needs forwards to be able to be doing their job.
Yeah, of course.
To be able to pull that off. So if the forwards are going running in a straight line direction with a forward running 5'8", it does help. Does help your attack. It straightens up that attack. You do the mad shift out wide because you start to drag in everybody in towards the centres.
Yeah.
And that's where St. George have had their problems. Matthew Feagai, the defensive Sully.
Val's also on Val too. Val's been found out a bit this year too, Brad. I think he's another one too. So there could be. Actually, don't mind a Garrick play this week. I just wish he was goal kicking, right? I mean, I sold him a few weeks ago, and I'm very happy that I did. But man, if he was goal kicking, he would be a great pick up for this match, I reckon.
No, absolutely. No, there's quite a few VC options in here, or options you could go from Manly. There are a pod. I mean, we just spoke about Tua being a bit of a pod. Tom Travojevic at fullback as well could also be a crazy pod. I'm expecting if people got trades, do it.
Yeah.
If you can do it, right? And some of these fullbacks aren't looking that flash hot this week. So there is one there in Tom Travojevic. I'd be a bit scared if I was a Pongarona, which I am. But it could be very well not his best week to be a Pongarona.
Well, I like Turbo as a pod too, Brad, but I think there's one other fullback who we're going to talk about who I think you have to trade in over him just because of the last two games that they've got, their matchups, and both at home. But we'll talk about him shortly. The other, I don't mind the sneaky play on Leo Hopolati on this one either, Brad. Up against Feagai, I really like that.
Yeah, up against Feagai. As I said, his defence has been a bit suspect. Yeah. So, Hopper against Feagai, definitely. Look, it's the last game we're playing as head-to-head players. So, look, knock your socks off. I reckon it's time to be bold, show people that you can make a bold decision and go for it.
Yeah.
And this is certainly a game to target. Look, what might happen is St. George might come out and beat them. The way that some of these, like last week we said, Newcastle versus Manly. Newcastle is the team to target, and the Roosters were the team to target. Although Roosters scored very well Supercoach-wise, it didn't really end up that way, did it?
Yeah, no. You would have been obviously happy if you had Sam Walker and Marky Marklow. Like those two between them, both of them still scored you over 200 points anyway. So, yeah.
Quite interestingly, I really dislike that bench of St. George. And I'm very easy to be critical of Manly's bench, but I'll tell you what, that's a disgusting bench for St. George.
Yeah, it's not great, is it? I mean, Connor will come on as a replacement hooker for Damien Cook. Obviously, Jacob Little's done his calf, so he'll be out for the rest of the season. But I don't believe he hasn't played a game of first grade since one of the last rounds last year. So both benches aren't great, to be honest with you, at all. So I'm just hoping it might mean big minutes for the Couchman brothers after they both played not many minutes last week, Brad.
Absolutely. All right. Penrith versus supposedly the COVID Rosie Bulldogs that have named a full squad and no outs. Run us through this one, man.
Yeah, interesting in that they mentioned that there was 10 players that have been isolated with COVID for the Panthers. Obviously, Jack Hogger's out with a 3-game ban. We all thought Blaze Talangi was going to come in, but they've opted to go with Jack Cole. Tuala returns on the wing for the Bulldogs after being a late out with a knee injury. Kirk Meehan's also out with a groin injury. Jack Underhill comes onto the bench, and obviously Jonathan Sewer will drop out with Tuala back.
Yeah.
Don't mind VC if I'm Cleary on this one, obviously, as well. Good matchup as well, I think. Couple of things to probably just go over you quickly, Brad. Jacob Carraz, I mean, I don't think he's a sell, but I think he's a sit this week in this matchup. I think if you've got the depth, I wouldn't be playing him.
Yeah, look, I think there are certainly better options as pods out there as in the CTW than Carraz. That's just based upon what he's done over the last 3-4 weeks. You know,
I don't mean to buy, but I mean if you own him, I don't think I'd play him.
Ballsy, but yeah, I get it. I actually do get it. This will be a fairly defensive game, so I do get it.
If you are looking for a bit of a pod, I don't mind playing Brian Totlo either, Brad. Thoughts on him?
Yeah. Well, certainly came good at the right time last week, didn't he?
Yeah.
But a Tim versus Carraz, that's the long and the short of it, isn't it?
Yep. And then just one more, Brad. Let's quickly talk about Jacob Preston too, because I know we both had a bit of a chat about him. Are we still liking him? I know you're a bit short and you can't make the trade, but we still think it's a good trade.
Yeah, I do. I do think it's a good trade. I think he's coming up against Isaiah Papali's side, but he's also going to be on Jack Cole. Will also be on that side. So, if he was Blaze Tulagi was there, which I expected Blaze to be named, Blaze is still there in the extended bench. But if Blaze over Jack Cole, then I definitely probably would have been a bit more keener on Jacob Preston. But look, he's been knocking it out of the park, so you can't. Yeah, you can't bag him on that one.
Yep. Okay. Let's hear it. I don't know if there's anyone else that you want to talk about in this game.
No, not really.
No. Okay. Well, let's roll on then.
All right, the Titans versus the Rabbitohs.
For the Titans, both Firma's out with abdominal injury. Josh Patson will start in the starting side. For South, Latrell's been named to return on the extended bench or reserves. Jamie Humphries and Adam Elliott are named on the bench as well. And obviously, Guy Arrow will run out with the team in jersey 13, and then will obviously be subbed out straight away. And then obviously, Cam Murray will be starting at lock. So, but that's it for that one.
Yeah, no, it's a good move from South. It's certainly sentimental wise, I think it's lovely thing to see. I've actually even seen some people who aren't playing for much, obviously, bringing Jai Arrow into their team this week. Which again, if you can do it and you don't give it two hoots, then bring Jai Arrow in. And
I actually saw one posted on our page, Brad, and someone actually put the captaincy on him. So
that just means have your vice captain as your captain. So I can see people.
Not everyone's playing for overall and gives a shit, Brad. That's the thing at the end of the day. But there's a couple of players I want to talk about. We're going to leave it in this game, but we're going to leave it for the trade in and trade outs, Brad. But there's probably at least three that I want to talk about in this game. So we'll save that for later.
Okay. Yep. No, not a problem.
Yeah.
Not a problem. There certainly is a pod there, but I couldn't do it. But
I reckon it's the one that I'm thinking of, but we'll find out soon.
Oh, it's got good balls on it. All right, the disappointing Roosters from last week. Look, they actually weren't that disappointing. I mean, Walker scored 135 points. I mean, you can't ever be disappointed with that.
Yeah, and then Mark got an 82 and probably could have had another try as well. So he could have turned up as well when you think about it. So really, it wasn't that bad.
Nah. I can see a lot of points here. Supercoach points. I can see a lot of points. I reckon this will be like 40 points all or something crazy like that.
I think I heard a stat today when I was listening to the Physio podcast that if the Dolphins, if they had a ladder for the first 20 minutes of a game, Dolphins would be nearly last on the ladder because they concede that many points in the first 20 minutes. So I tell you what, I think this could be like 40-30 or something stupid about this game, honestly. Neither teams are really defensive. Well, I mean, look, okay, I shouldn't say that about the Roosters because they defended well against Panthers last week, or the week before, but not so much against the Tigers. So they did find them out a bit on those edges.
Absolutely. No, I get that.
Oh, sorry, just quickly. Obviously, Teddy's been named. He was also named to start last week, but at least it's not the last game of the round. So maybe just put the R on him and hope that you can swap him out to someone else, because from what I've been hearing is mixed reports that he may play, he may not play. So there's no guarantee again this week that he's going to play. So, yeah.
Yep.
Then the other changes for the Roosters, obviously, Victor Radley's out with a head knock. Nat Butcher will start at lock, and Lasahu will join the bench. And for the Dolphins, well, they are unchanged as well. Max Plus been named to start on the edge, but as per game day last week, I'd expect Ponihu, or however you want to pronounce it, to start on an edge, and Max Plaff will probably go back to the bench.
Yeah, Max Platt starting on an edge just seems so weird. So.
It just doesn't make any sense. Nah. I still don't understand what they're doing with number 13 there, Brad, why Morgan Knowles is still starting. I'm just absolutely baffled by that.
But I suppose Ray Stone may be a fraction better, might not be as well.
Yeah.
Knowles does tackle himself to death, so they do need someone tackling in that team.
Just before we move on, Brad, sorry, a couple of ones to speak about here quickly. Can I interest you in a one sell, one Cobbo at all?
Oh, no.
No?
No.
What about Brian Ponihu starting on an edge? I think he will, and he's bottom dollar. So if you're looking for a downgrade option to upgrade elsewhere, what do you reckon about that one?
Oh, look, if it works for you, yeah, certainly. If you can downgrade and then upgrade elsewhere. And he pretty much is assured to play the next week, so they will not be resting him. Where Finuaki may get a rest if they're not playing for anything next week. So, he's in no danger, I think, of getting rested at all. So, yeah why not?
Okay. That's it.
It's pretty strong bench, and when you can have Jake Avarillo not playing,
it's crazy.
They got some depth, the Dolphins.
Yeah.
God, I'd nearly say that it's almost a spoon cup, but it's not really, because the Cowboys are still trying to make sure they retain
seventh at the moment, aren't they? I think
8th.
At the moment. Okay, right.
I think. Could be wrong, folks. Let me know.
Right, let's get into this one for the Cowboys. Big in for them. Tommy Dearden's back. And so Jackson Purdy will move to the centre. Zach Laybutt moves to the wing. Murray Taulagi, I don't have any news on him being injured, so I'm guessing he's just been dropped. Nanai returns from a hamstring injury. Kai Donald goes back to the bench. For the Tigers, obviously Twell's out with concussion. Seyfarth will start at lock. Terrell May's back in the starting side. Truba's been named on the bench after missing last week's game with a knee injury. And Ethan Roberts has also been added to the bench. And Tavana drops to the reserves. There's a bit to talk about with this one, I think, Brad, especially Drinky's going to be highly traded in this week, just purely for the fact of these last two matchups. Got the goal kicking as well, and I think Dearden back in is just so good for Drinkwater, because when he was out of that team, he was just like that extra playmaker, and he probably doesn't have to be now with Dearden back, Brad. He can just do his job at fullback. But I think if you got any Cowboys, I think you play any of them this week for sure. Purdue, Chester, whoever you got, you should be playing all of them.
Number one, if you have Cowboys, they are ones to certainly play. I can't disagree with you on that. Scott Drinkwater, you certainly are an option, a pod from hell, because nobody else will really have him. So if you bring him in, I think he's going to absolutely crack up a good score. I don't even mind Tom Chester, to tell you the truth. I could nearly bring him in.
Jackson Purdue up against Patrick Herbert is juicy too, Brad. I know it's just... And then there's Braden Burns. Talk to me about Braden Burns, Brad. I know he's a little bit expensive, massive pod, and I really like him for this matchup too.
Oh, 100%. Like he's been the go-to person for the Cowboys. He's proven Supercoach gold. We've sort of all ignored him and it's hurt us big time because if we actually bought into him, but he's always seemed too expensive. But there's a reason he seems too expensive because he just racks up Supercoach points. It's not a lot. Look, he does well in base, but it's really a lot of his attack that goes that direction. They just seem to go to that left. It's just, you watched Tuolagi this year. I think he's only scored like 1 or 2 tries the whole entire year.
Yeah,
when he was there. The ball just did not go his way, but it always kept on going out to Braden.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
The other one, of course, Lukey or Nanai.
Yeah.
Any love there?
Coming back from a hamstring injury, I can't do it, Brad. Too risky. Honestly, I just can't. Yeah. Love him as a player, but just he's probably going to be one we're all probably going to be looking at for next season because he's going to be really cheap too, Brad, because of the amount of games he's missed as well.
Would you be certainly if you own both of these, you'd be playing them, yeah?
I'd be playing any Cowboys in my team that I had, 100%. Absolutely. Yep.
We have had a few comments that have been going across the bottom of the screen. Davey reckons you got good balls.
He wants to know if I got good balls. Shit. Oh, yeah.
He's going for the Drinky to be sub 50.
He wishes. He had 50 in one play.
And you're agreeing that the Burns and Lukey are both good options there.
Yeah. Tigers by 20, yeah, right.
Tigers by 20, he says. Tigers by 20.
Yeah.
You on that green magic stuff again? You gone medicinal on us, Dave?
Me?
No, Dave.
Oh, I have got green. Look. Oh shit.
All right, the next game.
Right.
This is the Sunday. Is this a 2:00 game? Yeah, 2:00 game.
Yes. For the Warriors, TMM is back. CHT goes back to 5'8". Luke Hanson will make way. DWZ is out with a broken collarbone. Luke Lalita comes in for his first game since round 11, back from when he played from the Tigers. Ali Leilua's back. Adam Pompey goes back to the bench. And for the Knights, Gagai returns from a hamstring injury after only 1 week. I'd be really concerned about that. Fletcher Hunt goes back out on the wing to replace Dong Young, who's out suspended. Tyson Frizzell's out suspended. And Phoenix Crossland is out with an knee injury. Harrison Graham will start at the 9. Manuelu is back from concussion. Solo and Hagen have been added to the bench. Well, and we'll talk about TMM later because for some unknown reason he's highly traded out this week. I think everyone should be reversing that trade.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure what's going on there. But we will talk about that because it's an interesting option that, like a lot of people are running the same combination I am in my team where I have Fletcher Sharp and I have TMM as my 5'8". So I have to make a decision on which one of those two I will play. I probably will play TMM,
Yeah. I actually don't hate the option of selling Fletcher Sharp this week either, just purely because of the matchup and the fact that they've got a bye next week as well, Brad. I don't hate the fact of anyone who's trying to offload Knights players this week because this isn't a great matchup at all for them.
No.
I'm actually at this current point in time, Brad, it sounds mad, it may not, but I just don't see the upside there anymore. I'm actually sitting Kalen Ponga this week. I'm actually not playing him in my 17.
Yeah, that's brave, but I get why. I get why. Look, any of this back line, I would not begrudge anybody that brought him in. Tane Tuilpiki, you can get him into your STW. CTW position. So certainly not the worst one to go. Luke Lalili. Now this bloke, I actually thought he signed with North Sydney Bears for next year.
He has. Yeah.
Yeah, man. This guy has so much talent. He played about 3 games for the Tigers earlier in the year and absolutely killed it. He ran amok for the Tigers. That's when they were winning games, mind you.
I don't, just quickly, Brad, I don't think you can trade him in, though, because I think CNK's back from suspension next week, so I'd imagine he comes straight back into that team.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm just giving a rundown on him. Look, he was an Australian representative in the juniors. He also represented New South Wales in the juniors at state of origin level. The guy is loaded. Ali Leatua, another pod that you could easily consider bringing in. Liga Halasima, I wouldn't begrudge you doing that. AKP, I think, could get a lot of tries up against Fletcher Hunt. I just probably would stay away from the forwards. There's just too many of them.
Oh, yeah. We saw, you're an owner, Brad. We saw last week, what was it? Aaron Clark only played 38 minutes.
Yeah.
There's just too many options there. Way too many.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Dave says he's not on the green. He's on the purple stuff. I wonder what the purple stuff is. Is that like you into the purple haze, are you, Dave? Is that your medicine?
Shit.
Bit of purple haze.
Jeez.
All right. So, yeah, look, stay away from the forwards. Get any of those backs. I couldn't begrudge you doing that as a pod move. Any of them would really do you, because I couldn't tell you which ones are going to score.
Yeah.
I think there are possibly better matchups in this game, but, yeah, I wouldn't begrudge you doing any of that. And don't bring anybody. Well, I can see that Terrell May has got his spot back in the front row. Front row. We didn't mention that, did we, for the time?
No, we did. We did. I did mention that. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh, the last game.
Yeah.
The Eels versus Sharks.
Oh, shit. This could be a high-scoring game too, Brad.
Yep.
Right. For the Eels, Dylan Walker returns from wrist injury on the bench. Happy Twiddle has been named at fullback with Sean Russell's in the centres, although they did swap against the Dolphins. Sharks are unchanged 9-man squad. ULA comes in on the 6-man bench in place of Sam Sonestreet. And that's pretty much it, Brad. There's not really much else to talk about here at all.
You're playing Cronulla players if you have them, though, aren't you?
Oh, 100%. I've got 5 of them, and I'll be playing all of them.
5 of them?
Yeah, I've got both the wingers. I've got Brayley. I've got Hines, and I've also got one other, Kaoliro as well. So, yeah, I've got 5. And I will be playing all of them. And I think that I think even Sharks players are great trading options this week too still as well. I still love the Katoa Mulatalo. I know Ouro hasn't been great, but he's due for a big game, isn't he, Brad? He just looks like he's going to score a couple of tries every game, but it just hasn't happened.
What about Iro outside of inside of Mulatalo?
That's what I was just talking about.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah. He's getting very cheap too. So, yeah, but I don't know about trading Katoa. I'm a bit concerned. I know he got 90 last week, but Hiroti inside him just makes me sick because the prick doesn't pass. So, yeah.
I'll admit it, I'm certainly got my eyes well on Kaoliro. Him or Faialolo is another one from Manly. Either one, but I'm almost leaning more towards Kale of having maybe a better upside. But yeah, I certainly can make a change in that area.
He's under 500k now.
Yeah.
He's only 480k. He's cheap. He is so cheap. He's still averaging 65. It's like he's not going bad, but his base is definitely down on what it's been in previous seasons, Brad, though.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. So we might go over to our most traded in players. What do you think?
Well, there's not really much movement happening. I don't know if it's because people haven't traded yet or whether they've just given up because they're not in their head-to-head grand finals. But they've run out.
Well, they've run out
of trades, yeah, of course, because you basically your top traded out is sitting at 11.9%. Now, normally our most traded out would be sitting at about 25%, give or take. So Sasagi's number one, Ponga's number two. I don't mind Ponga trade out depending on who you're going to. I think if you're going to Drinky or if you're going to Turbo, I really like it. I actually don't. I can't hold anyone from doing this trade, but I just think it's a good move.
Yep.
Walsh is at 3, Dom Young's at 4. They all make sense. People are selling Alex 12. That makes sense. He misses this week. There's also talk that he may miss next week too, so he's definitely a sell. Greggy Marzu's at 6. I can't stop any. I like that trade out. I just think anyone from Newcastle, you can probably move them on now. Joey Tarpany's at number 7. Makes sense because they're on a bye this week. Carraz is at number 8. I don't know if I'll be trading him out, but I guess, Brad, if you're not playing him, I said you might as well trade him, right?
You'd have to have 6 or 5 trades or something. Like, I don't know why. Unless you got a lot of trades. You got a lot of trades, knock yourself out. But because you're going to need that number in round 27.
Yeah.
If you're still playing to see what sort of finish you can have, which I do that every year. I always like to see how well I go against every other year. So if I could get close to a very high ranking, then all good.
Number 9 is Tedesco. Reverse that trade. If we get the news he's going to play, just reverse it. Yeah?
Yeah.
And 10's Cooler. So he's obviously got to go. He's out for the season.
Yeah.
Trade-ins, again, there's not much happening here. You got Drinky at number 1. Talis Duncan at number 2, Brad. I can't stop. I love that trade-in still even now. I mean, a couple of good matchups left. Titans this week and Roosters next week as well, which is obviously going to be the big grudge match. Talk to me about number 3, Alex Johnson, Brad.
Yeah, it doesn't have the highest upside this match. That's the only thing that I just both Talis Duncan and Alex Johnson, you're playing an awful lot of money for players in a game that doesn't have the highest upside. I wouldn't have thought out of any of the games out there.
You don't think South can put a score on them? I mean, it's only the Titans.
I don't know. I've just never look. I know Alex goes very well. I've never really bought into him. So it's a hard one to ask me, that one.
Okay. All right, we'll talk. Well, yeah, we're going to talk about him soon anyway. Number 4, yeah.
Must have some money.
Yeah. Number 4, Suafei Logo. Would you still be trading him in, Brad?
Well, I guess if you've got 837 there and you got trades left, then
I just think surely the God. I so much prefer Turbo and Drinky this week over him. Honestly, I really do.
Yeah, it's just and like I said, that's a big price tag.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Number 5 is Latrell. Reverse that trade because Wayne's already come out and said even if he plays this week, he'll be coming off the bench. So why the hell would you be paying $1 million for someone who's going to come off the bench? I'd never know.
$1 million plus. Yeah.
Number 6 is Tino. I don't think I can talk anyone out of this, Brad. He's just absolutely beasting it up in base at the moment, isn't he?
Like, no. Yeah, it's not a bad trade at all. So I can't knock it. Can't knock it.
Number 7, Sam Walker. Talk to me about him. You're an owner. Would you still be trading him in?
You've missed a couple of very big scores for him. Yeah, again, it's. I think they're going to do a good job, but I don't know. It's not the safest matchup, is it?
The Dolphins this week, Souths next week. They're not ideal matchups, are they? No. But we know. But one thing I will say is both those teams can leak points. That's the thing. So, but it's a lot to pay though. 833. I don't know. Maybe if it was a better matchup this week, I might have considered it, but I don't know if I could do it, Brad. But
like you said, we're not really looking at a big sample size here of people. So, like all these bottom trades are just head scratching material. Why people are, look, like Payne Haas is number 9. Why are you bringing in Payne Haas at this time of year?
Makes no sense.
I just don't, unless you've got a lot of trades and you can, you're not doing it to make money because, like, there's no money to be made anymore.
But even then, Brad, like if you're paying $685 for a front, if you're going to pay $685K for a player, bring someone in with some upside. Bring a second rower that can go up, that can go large, or a CT dub that can go large. Payne Haas, yeah, he got 110 last week, but look at his scores prior to that. They haven't been great. I don't like that trade at all, but isn't it interesting? So Tedesco's in the most traded in and traded out.
Yeah, we haven't seen that happen much this year. I will remember this one next year. Like, I remember when Teddy was both on most traded in. But I guess it's that sample size, 248 trades.
Yeah.
It's not a lot.
No.
And it could only be people selling Ponga or something to on or Walsh or Ponga and trying to get a good number there.
Number 10, Zola. I don't mind this at all, Brad. I think he could run amok against the Dragons this weekend.
Oh, yeah, I can't knock that.
No. Especially if he can go from Zach Hosking to him. I love that trade. Love it. Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, good stuff.
That's it.
That's it.
Right.
Have we got any other questions coming through? I don't think we've got many questions tonight. Al Fisher, he says late jump in. I have Turbo, so thinking about VC on him at 4 points. Mate, 100.
Oh, I love it.
If you've got Turbo, you've got a VC.
Oh, you have to against the Dragons at 4 points, don't you?
Yeah, you've just got to do that, Al. There's no doubt. And I guess that brings us to our last little subject tonight before we leave you all. The VC and C captaincy choices. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm going to be playing Jane, I think, Brad, to be honest with you. I'm going to put the VC on Cleary against the Bulldogs on Friday night. And my captaincy is going to be going on Drinky against the Tigers. So, yeah. I mean, obviously, I don't have the 3-prong half, so I can't captain Hines in the last game against the Eels, but I'll be just F riding him, basically.
Well, I do have the 3-prong halfbacks, so I can do the very vanilla VC Cleary and captaincy on Hines. Now, even if all these Bulldogs players get cleared to play this week, COVID can still knock you around.
Oh,
I can't believe that they'd all be at their peak conditioning and fitness.
Yeah.
And if there's any hint of that, I think at Combank Stadium there, we might see Cleary actually, and we're waiting for him to have it. It's been about 2 weeks since he's had a big score. So
he's due.
He certainly is due. But if you've got Turbo like Al, go for your life. Knock yourself off. Spay a logo. Yeah, give it a run. It might win your head-to-head. So
I'm just going to mention some scores here of Nathan Cleary's last 3 games against the Dogs. I know his stats are only as good as your last game, but round 6 against the Dogs, 56 points. Last season, an 86, and in 2024, 31. I don't know if any of those are injury-affected games. I'd have to go back to check. But he's only got an average of 75 against... Yeah, that's not right. Sorry, he's only got an average of 58.7 against the Dogs, Brad. That's probably one of his worst.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm just scared if I don't do the V. I have to look, and this is what head-to-head's all about. Have a look at what your opposition's doing.
100%.
Try to look at what try to anticipate where they're going. Certainly, what you've got to do as a tactic is try to match them as much as you can in the early part of the round, and you leave your pod plays to the later players in the round if you can. That usually works to probably your best effect. That way you can make decisions about who to captain, who not to captain, like, say, if I'm getting busted up, I might choose not to captain Nico Hines in the last game because my opposition already has him, and I'll swap that to another player, right, in the hope that I can miraculously pull something off. That's really the way you do the all right.
So I'll just quickly throw out some really good VC options here, Brad, that we just spoke about in other games. So the Thursday night game, Broncos against Melbourne, obviously Suafea logo. The Manly game, obviously Turbo, we spoke about, Brad, but I don't hate an Ola VC in that game either. And then obviously the Penrith game, I don't mind even Jenkins, might be a bit of a left field shout. And then obviously Souths and Titans, you've obviously got AJ if you want to have really go pod, and you've also got Tallis Duncan, who I really like in that one. And then obviously in the Cowboys-Tigers game, you could potentially VC Drinky and put the captaincy on Nico in the Sharks game as well.
Yep.
So there's a few options there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's actually it's almost a pity it's round 26 because it's such an interesting round, really.
Yeah.
It really is a cracking good round. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. The Newcastle have got so much to play for. They could absolutely turn up on fire here. This could be a real bash. We've seen a few Basham games with the Warriors. So it could be a very defensive Basham up sort of a game. Who did they play a couple of weeks ago that was like that? It only ended up like being 14-6 or something.
Was it against Penrith?
I think it was against Penrith. Absolutely through the pitch and sink at each other. They just bashing each other. So it could be another game like that because New Zealand, that's a big difference is you do have that in them, a defensive resolve to just bash, right? And then let their backs go to work. So I know actually personally that's why I think we'll see him in the grand final. That's my tip. I actually think they will get there.
Yeah.
All right. That's defensive resolve.
Yep. Talk to me about trades this week, Brad.
Well, I don't know. I can either get rid of Hosking and not personally, and I can go to a second rower with upside. It depends. See, I've only got about $640, I think, to pay for a second rower. So it means I can't bring in a Tallis Duncan or somebody like that.
Only one trade left?
Yep.
Okay.
Right. Yep. I'll admit it. Only one trade left, but I just don't I just don't know yet. It could be. But my other option is, I can also go a CTW. I can get rid of Cooler, right? And I can go for somebody like Tane Tuilpiki, Clayton Fiolo, AKP, or Kay Aliro. Now, actually, the more I think about it, the Kay Aliro one to me is really appealing because I think it could have upside. And what's the worst? He's going to get me 40.
Yeah.
I
just can't believe he's not even in the top traded in this week, Brad. It's insane. Like, he's only in 17% of teams. Like, as I said, I know he hasn't set the world on fire the last few weeks, but just that matchup, like, and the fact that, and how cheap he is, I love it. I really do. I mean, they go para this week and then they go home next week against Melbourne. Like, it's a couple of good games. It really is.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, absolutely.
For me.
Yep.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Right. So Zach Hosking is going to Brian Panuhu, or however you want to pronounce the thing, providing obviously he starts in the second row. And I'm trading out one Greg Marzu to AJ. I'm doing it.
You're doing it.
It's happening.
Oh, I thought you were going to do. I thought you were going to do Dufty there for a minute.
Dufty's only available at fullback. Can't do that, mate. But so that's me at the moment, and that's my last two trades.
So, well, if you're playing head to head and you've got head to heads to win, you might as well burn whatever you've got now. Yeah. There's no use burning them next week. I know
I'm in three head-to-head grand finals, and I want to win all of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see. But I'm obviously not making those trades yet. I'm going to be holding them off as long as I can so I can play some silly buggers against my opponents.
Well, I won't necessarily. Yeah, I sort of do play silly buggers, but I have no idea who my sit and starts are going to be. And even if I do pull in KL, that means that so at the moment I don't even have Tedesco playing at the moment. I Britton Nakora, I'm thinking about leaving on the bench.
The good thing here there with Teddy is, Brad, is that with it being Saturday 5:30 game, you're probably going to know like 5:30 p.m. on Friday night.
Yeah.
So you'd be able to. I mean, obviously, do you think if he plays, you're going to play him, or you're not going to?
Yeah, look, I think I'm going to play. I think I have to play him.
Yeah.
I don't think I can ignore it.
Yeah.
It's a bit like Ponga. Yeah, Ponga. Yeah, I don't think he could go as bad as he did last week ever. My other decisions are things like Mark Nikawaze, Marju, or Kaeliro. Like, who the hell do I leave out of those three? Two of them have got to go.
I'd be leaving Marzu out, to be honest with you. That's just me, though.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm thinking about, dropping Marju. Payne Haas, KK, and Tyrrell May. Do I play all three or do I drop one? These are decisions that, coaches everywhere are going to have. So try to leave on your bench, right, those that are playing later.
Yeah, of course.
Right, yeah, onto your actual bench, and the early ones to be on the field.
Yeah,
that way you've got a chance to make a decision and swap players around and go, no, I'm going to play this player over that player.
Yeah, and that's where it's handy, Brad, too, because you can base it on matchups, how your head-to-heads are going and stuff like that as well. Like for me at the moment, mate, listen to these guys that I'm not playing this week so far: Jack Williams, Xavier Willison, Jaden Campbell, and Kalen Ponga are all sits for me at the moment.
Yeah, wow.
That's how much depth I've got. So my currently 4 reserves are Marlo, AJ, Nico Hines, and probably Ponulu, whatever his name is, because I was impressed by him. I had a look at his numbers today, Brad. He got 85 on the weekend, and 71 of it was in base. That's great numbers. It really is. So, yeah.
Look, the AJ is a great pod. There's no doubt, and he's been scoring his ass off lately. So
I just worry that he just doesn't have the base. He's either gonna do me good or he's gonna do me bad, Brad. It's one or the other. So, yeah.
But that's what it's like with high upside players. But then again, I was nearly going to say that's a bit like Mark Nikawaze. But then again, when he decides to actually put in, his base is crazy good.
Yeah.
Like last week, 81, right? He actually worked very hard in that game.
Well, he didn't get 81 in base, though, right? Because he had a try assist and a line break.
Yeah, that's right. He didn't get 81 in base. I'm just using that as an example that there is a fair whack of base in there because there was no try. So there was a fair slathering of base that helped him get up that high. I mean, 81 for that game. I got a shot.
There was a try. We think there was a try. After the one that they gave to who was it? The one they gave to Osaka, I thought they would have awarded that.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be definitely there.
Yeah.
Manny, Ponga needs to be kicked back to Queensland.
Jeez, that's a bit harsh. Well,
savage. We're probably right. Probably right.
Maybe you should kick Sand and Smith somewhere so you can have the goal kicking back.
Goal kicking back would be very good. And his best mate, of course, his best mate is who he got caught in the toilets with.
Yeah.
Is Dylan Lucas.
Yeah, I know.
Right. And playing without Dylan Lucas, well, that's a big thing for him. I mean, he does miss that a little bit, I think, as well.
Yeah.
His mate running off him. AJ will either get 30 or 130 from Al.
Yep. No, I agree with you, Al. I do. But it's time to ride. It's time to ride the roller coaster, mate.
Have I got you in any head-to-heads this year, Al? I don't know. I think I came up against you last year and you killed me with Katoni friggin' Stag. But, yeah, you don't have that problem this year.
Shit.
But you will have Turbo. That's a great move. I love it.
I love that. I love that so much, honestly. Yeah.
I love it. All right, folks, I'm going to get kicked off. I've got to start a NFL draft very, very soon. 424-459 for the overall league for the Ted Woods Memorial Cup. Get in amongst it. Over $300 worth of cash involved. That's just straight hard folding money. Get into it. It's all there. Sign up, have a go. It's all good fun. Anything else?
No, that's it for me. I thank you everyone who tuned in. Al, Dave, whoever else was there. I think it's it, getting to that point of the season where some people don't have trades left and are out of the head-to-heads are fortunately just can't be bothered anymore, essentially. So thank you for those who tuned in. Obviously, we'll be back Sunday night for our round 26 wrap as well, but as we head to the pointy end of the season. Until then, we'll see you Sunday night.
Thank you very much. Rage trade your ass off and have a good one.
If you can.
I'm sure.
Phone screen glowing, another red light. Captain on 0, bench guy on 9. Friends in the group